Good evening, guys. Hey, this is a little bit different video than you normally get from me. We're gonna do a unboxing. Yeah, I know. Unboxing. You're not gonna watch me unbox it. That's just stupid. We're gonna skip all that garbage. I'm gonna put this thing together, let you guys know my thoughts. This is a ZGrills ZPG450A pellet grill / smoker, whatever you want to say. It is the smaller on the spectrum. I got it on a killer sale from Rural King. I wasn't even looking for one. I walked by it. I actually got a text from them. $70 off. Their price is already $70 cheaper than you can get it online. So I got a very good price on it. But we're going to open this up because I looked online and you can't really get a whole lot of information. You get the overall dimensions. It doesn't tell the size of the rack. It tells how many square inches it is. But, is that a long skinny thing? Is it short fat? Who knows? So we're going to take this thing out, fire it up, put it together, take you guys along for the ride, let you guys make your own decision. All right, guys, just a real quick look at what it looks like in the box. Quick notes, this package is pretty neat. Can't believe they actually threw you in a branded ZGrills pair of gloves. Don't get me wrong, nothing fancy about them, but right off the bat, you're gonna see this is the smoke chamber, this is the grill chamber. I'm gonna open this thing up to put you guys up with time lapse. Okay, guys, so all of this was inside there. That piece was inside there. Got the legs, a warming rack there for the top. It's got a cover. It has an assembly book, or a page, really. I'm going to open up these boxes and see what everything looks like. We're going to put this thing together. All right, guys, I've opened up all the boxes. So you've got your the pieces that go on the bottom of the legs, tie the legs together. This is actually fairly heavy stuff. You can see how wide it is. It's pretty wide. This is where the wheels will go. There's your 4 legs. There are the wheels. They even send you all the hardware, and they give you the wrench and the screwdriver. I'm going to actually use nothing but this here to put it together. Finally looking like something, guys. It is quite heavy for its size. It don't look like much size-wise, but it is very heavy. And there you have it. One complete pellet grill. All right, so there's not a whole lot to it. I mean, it's pretty simple. It comes, as you guys saw, somewhat assembled. The doors are at least on there. Put the handle on. Really, honestly, here, the only thing you have to do is put this handle on, and that's it down here. Here, of course, you put this handle on. We'll fold this up. I did put this here on. It works pretty good. I'm not gonna say that I would feel comfortable standing on this, but it's, like I said, I'm putting quite a bit of force on there. And I like how easily it actually clips on. So I'm going to take one finger and it just drops right in. Literally one finger and it's in. And just pick the whole thing up, let it down. That's it. Pretty simple. So we got that. Put this is again fairly stout. You know, you're gonna, anything that would fit there, it'll hold. Again, I'm not gonna stand on it, obviously. Of course, put the chimney on. It does have a gasket, which is pretty nice. The cap works pretty good. It has a locking nut on there, so it's not wobbling and flopping around. The doors are fairly heavy. They do not have any kind of seal. I don't know what the rest of the pellet grills have for sealing, but these don't actually have a seal. They fit pretty decent. You know, there's not a big old gap there or anything, but just thought I'd note that. It does have a warming grate up here on the top. We'll take that off. And here is the main grilling rack. Fairly heavy. Here is the drip guard for the grease and everything. And it literally, you'll see when I take this out. It's got these two notches here. Well, it's kind of poor lighting back there, but there's just a piece that sticks up here, and that there kind of keeps that from sliding back and forth, helps it key in. You just pick this end up, and then that keys it. And then the whole thing comes out. Here's the piece that it keys onto. It slopes this way, and it runs into this basically kind of like a trough. And then it runs down this tube, which comes out into here. This is the heat deflector, or I'm not sure what they call it. That's what I'm going to call it. It is a piece of stainless, a couple pieces welded onto it that helps it key in with some holes in it. And so basically, there's a little ledge down here. That one there, you just put it on just like this. It goes down, and this piece across here literally just sits right there. So as that heat comes up, it keeps it from just coming up one spot, and it has to go out the end, and then it can come out these slots here. It just kind of helps dissipate the heat instead of just having one spot that's just got all the heat on it. Here's where the thermocouple is located. So they run that down here, so you'll actually display the temperature right here. This is the specs on it. This is a ZPG450A. Runs off 110, 120. It's a 60 hertz. The auger motor is 25 watts, the ignition power is 200 watts, and the fan motor is 25 watts. You know, I don't know what the rest of them look like, but to me, it looks like this auger is actually pretty heavy duty. And it needs to be. You know, we're not augering the easiest thing in the world to, it is pellets, but you know, you don't want to get one in there sideways where it's got to kind of cut it off or something and bend your flighting on your auger. So that's extremely heavy flighting is what it looks like to me. And here's where it comes out the other end, as you'll see. There it is with the grill cover on. Fits pretty well. It does have grommets down here, one here and one here, to tie that shut so the wind won't blow it off. The next thing is I'm going to read the book a little bit. We're going to plug this puppy in, and we're going to throw some pellets in there, do the initial burn, let it kind of burn everything out, get seasoned, whatever they call it. We're going to do it. We're doing the initial startup. I have plugged the grill in. You see, plugged in. I removed all the internal pieces that just get removed. Yep, feel the heat. And you flip the switch to on. Set this to smoke, and the fan will blow. I can actually see it smoking a little bit. It's trying to fire. One of the things we're doing there is we want to verify that the auger turns, and it did turn. We verify that the fan is working and that the igniter comes on. I can feel the heat. I've switched this to shutdown cycle. You see that this has gone off. The fan continues to run. The fan continues to run for approximately 10 minutes. You can see here, I've actually gone through, that was step 4. Checked all these items here, went to step 5. Next, I'm going to start at 6. We're going to put pellets in the hopper and get the pellets fed through. Then we'll turn it on and go through this. Basically, have to run it for 45 minutes, let it burn everything off. Alright, this is what I've got. Grillers Gold Hickory Premium Barbecue Pellets. This is what they had. This is really, they had this and one other thing, and the other thing was like $15 or $16 a bag. So this is what I got to try first. Alright, we got some pellets in. I didn't fill it completely full. I just put enough in there. I just want to make sure, you see it moving. Make sure everything's kosher before I just start piling 15 pounds of pellets in there. You can see the auger moving. It is going slow. It's moving pretty decent, really. I can feel the heat coming off. Once the pellets get to this point, we're going to put it in shutdown mode. Basically, it'll stop trying to fire, and then I'm going to move outside so it's not smoking up the garage. We got it in shutdown mode. You can see that was level. You can see there's a little crater right in there. The piece did drop out. You can see the rest of them there. And so according to the directions, now I've shut it up. We got it in shutdown mode. It'll take about 10 minutes for that fan to shut off. And so leave grill until it shuts off automatically. So we're gonna just kind of let this thing go until that fan shuts off. And then we'll be ready to turn the temp to dial to smoke. Let the pellets come to full flame. Once flames are coming out of the fire pot, we'll turn it back to shutdown cycle, let the grill cool down, and then we will put our racks and our grease shield and everything back in here, and we'll be ready to fire it up and do that initial burn. Got her on smoke. Just dropping some in there. And now we have some flames. Put everything back in. Then we'll burn it. Alright. I just flipped it to shutdown cycle. We're going to let this thing shut down, cool off. We'll put all the grates back in there, and we're going to run it for 45 minutes. Might do it for an hour just to be, you know, on the safe side, whatever. All right, guys. Just shut down. Cover everything with foil, and then instead of having to scrub, you just peel that off, put new on, go again. So we're getting ready to do the 45-minute burn. It is in the on position, but I'm going to flip that off, just show you guys what it looks like from completely off. So flip that switch to on, it'll flash 450, and that's pretty much it. So now we're going to turn it to smoke, which is right here. The fan will come on, this will come on, the I don't know if you can hear that, but the auger starts turning. The auger will turn, it'll modulate, so it'll turn on, dump some out, and then it'll stop. Then it'll come on, dump some out, and it'll stop. It'll have to do that. And so it takes a little bit on the first fire because it has to actually fill that cup up, not fill it, but get enough pellets in the burner for it to actually ignite, and it has to touch the igniter to ignite. So it takes a little bit for that. I'm going to time it here for you guys till the time that we start seeing a decent amount of smoke. Once you start seeing a decent amount of smoke, you can shut the door, flip this to whatever temperature you want to run, and let it go. Once I actually get going and it fires off, I'm going to go ahead and dump some more pellets in here, because since it's going to be running for about 45 minutes or an hour, I want to have plenty of pellets. I don't want it running out. I want it while it's supposed to be running. So overall, so far, I'm pretty happy. I mean, I haven't even cooked anything on it. Just doing the first run in. It is quite small. It's a little bit smaller than I thought it would be. However, for me, that's perfectly fine. All the grilling I do is mostly for our immediate family. My wife, my kids, my parents or her parents might come over. Basically, all I grill is burgers, steaks, hot dogs, brats, you know, the normal stuff. Might do a skewer now and then, or some chicken, pork chops. But I don't really do like a lot of ribs. I don't really do a lot of smoking. I've never done any smoking actually. Now that might change with this. I might look into some different recipes and stuff. So if I get to do that, might wish I had something bigger. But for what I wanted, I just wanted a little bit nicer grill. I have a Weber charcoal grill, and I have nothing against it. The wheels are falling off of it. The grill's in great shape, the grill part of it. I had to replace legs, had to replace wheels, and I'm not getting rid of it. I might still use it. If I need more capacity, I'll use this and that. But I like the idea of setting a temperature and it maintaining that temperature within, you know, so many degrees. It's not gonna be perfect. See, now I can smell, it smells like wood burning. I like that smell. So anyways, like I was saying, this is, I did measure this. This measures 15.5 inches deep. So you just call it 16 inches, it's gonna be close. And it's 21.5 inches long across here. And on that square inch, they actually, to get the 452, they actually use this rack and the warming rack, which I think is bogus. I'm sure they all do that, makes their numbers seem bigger, but, and you could cook something up there, but for the most part, that doesn't really tell you how big it is. I mean, you can stack however many racks up there you want. That's not really how big it is. So I think that's kind of misleading, but I'm sure all of them do it. I figured that's the way it was, but just to verify, that is the way it is. Yeah, so now we're getting a decent amount of smoke. Yeah. Decent amount of smoke. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to shut this. I am going to shut this. So if you wanted to smoke, you would actually leave it on this setting. So you can see the smoke pouring out of there. Well, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I can actually hear it. But what we're going to do is we're going to turn this up to high for our burn in, initial burn, whatever you want to call it. And right now it has to have flames because I can hear it roaring. Okay, now we're going to see that temperature climb. And I'm going to shut you guys off here for a little bit. I'll bring you back when we get up to some temp. All right, guys, this is what it sounds like. I mean, it's definitely, it's not loud. It's not like you can't hear anything over it or whatever. But it is noticeable, you know. And actually, I'm hearing the motor more with the pellets. I put pellets, see how this is piled up right here above the grate? I had it like that right here, so it's gone down that much. Decent amount. I mean, it's not like it's used a bunch yet. So we're up to almost 350. It has been 20 minutes. 20 minutes to get to 350. And I hear more auger noise. I think it must have some controls in there that once it gets to a certain temperature, the higher the temperature is here, which means the fire's going more, the faster the auger goes, because it's actually not shutting off now. It's actually just spinning. I can tell it's spinning faster. Of course, obviously it's not up as high as it'll go right now, but this handle is actually, of course it's cool outside. You know, we're probably in the mid to lower 40s right now, but the handle is very cool. Like, it's actually cold to the touch. We're gonna go ahead and let this thing go for another probably 40 minutes. I'm gonna go over the full hour. I'll come back out here in just a few minutes. I want to see when it gets to that 450. All right, guys, we're just about to 450. We're sitting at 449, and it's been about 30 minutes. And we're gonna let this thing run for a full hour. At the end of the hour, I'm gonna come back out here. We're gonna see what it is up to. All right, guys, It's been an hour and 10 minutes. I came out here and the temperature is down to 290. Well, that's not good, but I popped this open and that would be why. It's essentially the same as being out of pellets. So that is probably not the greatest thing in the world. Of course, I'm sure you're not supposed to just leave it for hours on end. And it would take a lot longer for that to happen if you actually filled this up like it can be filled. That's just something to keep in mind, that it's not going to flow like grain out of a gravity wagon. Excuse me, I'm in the country, live on a farm, so that's what I equate to. Or a hopper bottom or whatever. It's not going to flow as easily. The sides are not as sloped. They do graduate towards that, but it's not like it's just, you know, going to empty the whole thing. Alright guys, I've got it in shutdown cycle. I'm opening this up to cool off. Once the fan shuts off and I'm comfortable that it's cool enough, I'm taking it back inside. That's going to be it for this video.